very large cathedral. I think you can see that now. Moving more than 100 meters from the choir to the western side. Built in medieval times, but often changed in the course of the centuries. In Baroque time, in 18th century, kind of the same time they built the residence, they refurbished the whole cathedral in the Baroque style. If you see in the front the white stucco, this stems from the Baroque period. But imagine the whole cathedral was decorated in this style. The walls, also a vault up here, was decorated in white stucco in early 18th century. So it looked completely different. In Second World War, as I mentioned already, it was heavily destroyed. And unlike the residence, it did not get a roof after the war. I told you about the temporary roof inside the residence. We did not get a roof here. So we had the stone walls on top here, but no roof anymore. The roof had burned. So what happened? After Second World War, a lot of rain fell on top of the stone walls and a lot of rain was inside the walls. And in early 1946, the cathedral collapsed. It was this wall actually that caved in, and more or less the complete nave here had gone. Nothing standing anymore. No roof, nothing. So the question was, after the Second World War, how are we going to reconstruct this cathedral? Are we going to rebuild it as it looked like, all the Baroque decoration with it, or shall we rebuild it in the Romanesque style as it used to be in medieval? So this was a big discussion. And after a long discussion and debate with different opinions, they decided for a compromise. In the front, they rebuilt the cathedral in the Baroque way with all the white stucco. Here in the long nave, they rebuilt it in the Romanesque style. Not much decoration on the walls, and the flat ceiling with a wooden ceiling as it was in medieval times, right? A compromise, because it has not like one appearance, one unity of room. It has different rooms more than this. Sometimes yes. They often were repainted afterwards, and sometimes in Cologne, for example, they found in some of the Romanesque churches that you may know Romanesque wall paintings under the white walls. But in this case, there was nothing of this left here. In some parts, yes, in the side naves we have some examples, but if you look back, for example, here, you can right? Look back. But not the whole was not painted in the whole. Okay, so this is you really have to know it is a rebuild. It's not like the original anymore. When they rebuilt it, of course, a lot of items were lost, destroyed by fire, by the war, and they had to reorganize everything. And I just want to give you the idea of how the whole plan of this cathedral is today, the concept or the idea. When we went in, we walked in quickly, we could not see that. There's a bronze door showing the story of creation. It's an abstract, semi-abstract depiction of creation, which is a modern door of 20th century. When you enter the cathedral, you have here a menorah, a seven-branched candlestick. Sometimes people ask me, well, why do you have a Jewish symbol in here? It's a Catholic cathedral. The seven-branched candlestick, it's a Jewish symbol, but it's also the symbol generally of the Old Testament, and therefore it can also stand in the Catholic Church, and it is a kind of a time axis that we have inside, starting with Revelation, first book of the Bible, and the menorah stands here as the symbol of Old Testament in general. Opposite, you see on the three pillars a wonderful Gothic sculpture group. St. Mary, Holy Mary with Jesus in the middle, and the three kings adoring the child. Yes, adoration of the three kings that we celebrate the 6th of January in the Christian culture. And they are located right here to symbolize the beginning of the New Testament with the birth of Jesus. You have here the baptismal font. It's a wonderful one. It's from 14th century. Bronze. And this is located right here because it is for each single one, when you are baptized, you become Christian. So it's the beginning of your individual Christianity, more or less, right? Therefore, right here in this place, in the middle, you see on the pillars on both sides many memorial stones of the many bishops that we had. They were buried here in the floor under us. You find all the bones of the bishops, and to remember the bishops, they got memorial stones. And they are now put in a way that the oldest one is right in the back, on the other pillar next opposite. And further you go in the front, the younger the stones are, the bishops are ones. So you can see it now only from the distance, away. It's a modern one. It was refurbished after Second World War, and this is the symbol for present time, right? In our time axis, because this is the place where they celebrate Mass service every day. What you see right in the front, it does look like a rock stucco, but actually what you see right in the choir in the front is an edition which is only 30 years old. And it is the last book of the Bible, book of Revelation, maybe you know. What the Christians believe, that after the death, something will continue, something will follow. And this is what it's shown. The last book of the Bible tells you about that. Christ coming back, Christ returning, he gets out of his grave and he comes towards the community here with open arms. And you see the Lamb of God's underneath. And what is gold, and next to the Lamb, these are the heavenly gates of Jerusalem shown. Right? So this is the future, more or less, in Christian faith, what is to come after death. So this is, I just wanted to explain to you the whole concept of the cathedral, starting with creation, ending in the front with the last book of the Bible. So this is the general idea inside this cathedral. Okay?